Anyway, joining us now, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. You know, you would think you and I produced that ad. It was so good.
Yeah, really.
Well, I'll start off with the question I asked last with our previous panel, and that is, who do you think it's going to be? Do you think Biden runs again? He certainly wants to. He's indicating he wants to.
Well, there's two things, I think, from your story tonight, is South Carolina was picked by the Democrats to advantage Biden. About 60 to 70% of the people voting in a Democratic primary in my home state, South Carolina, will be African American, and they're pretty conservative. So that helps Joe Biden. Newsom going to the border tells me he's serious about running. He's doing the one thing a Democrat has to do if they want to be viable in 2024. Admit the obvious, the border is broken. I understand it's broken, and I intend to fix it. By the fact that he went
Senator,
to the border...
hang on one sec, though.
Yeah.
How does he pull that off when his state is a sanctuary state that gives cash payments to illegal immigrants? How do you pull off that narrative?
Well, number one, I don't think you can be president of the United States in 2024 unless you address a broken border. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. So, yes, you have incentives in California for illegal immigrants to come. When you defund the police, you get more crime. When you incentivize illegal immigration, you get more of it. He's trying to pivot. He's been to the border, and what did he see? A complete, absolute chaos. 14,000 pounds of fentanyl come through the border, enough to kill everybody pretty much in the world. You're on track a week from today to double illegal immigration because Title 42 Deportation Authority will go away. We're going to be having 14,000 illegal immigrants a day come across our border, about 100,000 a week. That's unsustainable. Newsom knows that. Now, how does he thread this needle? He's at least acknowledging the problem. He went to the border. Now, how does Biden not go to the border after Newsom went?
That's a great question. So they move up their primary. The first one is going to be in your home state of South Carolina.
My home state, right.
And I don't think anybody can make an argument against this statement, that is that James Clyburn single-handedly saved Joe Biden's bid for the presidency in 2020. Am I wrong there?
Without Jim Clyburn, Joe Biden would not be president today. He was losing in the early states. South Carolina was the turnaround state because of Clyburn. And let me tell you something. Illegal immigration is not overly popular among African-American Democratic voters in South Carolina. It's putting a lot of pressure on our system. We're giving benefits to illegals that American citizens are not able to obtain. And it's just a matter of time to another terrorist attack. So the fact that Newsom went to the border tells me a lot about his future plans. The fact that we moved South Carolina up in the Democratic early primary voting tells me a lot about Biden. Biden wants to run. The only question is, will he be physically capable of running? And I'll say this, if he doesn't adjust his border policies pretty soon, he will not be able to make the case that he's qualified commander-in-chief. Yeah.
So we know this year alone that we were able to identify and catch 100 people on the terror watch list.
Right.
My question is, how many people on that list, or how many people that have ill intentions towards this country, made it across the border? How many terrorist cells might exist in the U.S.? What does that mean for our safety and security? Does another 9/11 happen? One day do we wake up and they're taking airplanes out of the sky? You know, whatever horrific scenario unfolds, how real is that danger?
More likely than not, because terrorism is rising. Syria is becoming very unstable. ISIS is on the way back in Syria. If Turkey invades Syria, all the Kurds who helped us destroy ISIS will be fighting Turkey. That will lead to reemergence of ISIS in Syria. Afghanistan is a safe haven for al-Qaeda and now ISIS. So it's just a matter of time to terrorists who are on the rise throughout the world migrate through our southern border to kill some Americans if we don't change our policies. If you ask anybody in the intel community, the likelihood of another terrorist attack is going up every day as the border remains broken.
All right, Senator, good to see you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.